Right now, both major parties' presidential candidates focusing on policy issues as they campaign out west. Find out how some of their stances each echo the other party's platform.
Plus, how the community can celebrate the contributions of Madison Black-owned businesses to the food scene. Good morning and happy Monday. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Kyrian Lee.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for joining us. We have an active stretch of weather coming up here. Some changes. I wish that this weather could stick around. It's just been so comfortable outside.
Yes, but now we're going to start seeing some of those August-like temperatures coming up this week.
All right, so Savannah Brito is out on the patio this morning. How bad are things going to? I mean, not bad, but we're just, what are we in store for? Why don't you lay it out for us?
Yeah, bad speaking just compared to what we have seen the last couple of days. We are going to get back to a more active stretch. Today and tomorrow, clouds are going to increase. Can't rule out a few very isolated showers, but I think our better chances are going to return that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday time frame, and even maybe some stronger storms looking at Thursday afternoon and evening. The last couple of days were beautiful. Only 69 on Friday. Temperatures, though, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, back to a more seasonal pattern. That'll happen as early as tomorrow and into Wednesday, but today I think temperatures still a few degrees below average, not by much, though. And it's not impossible that some areas top out at that 80-degree mark. It is cool right now, 57 in Madison, 64 in Monroe, 53 in the Dells. Some areas are a little bit cooler than that, mainly northwest of Madison. The coolest temperature, 49, and that's up in Black River Falls. The next couple of nights, still tracking cool temperatures, but then we get back to a warmer stretch. That includes those nighttime temperatures, too. We'll show how high those are going to go coming up a little later, guys.
All right, Savannah, thank you. To campaign coverage this morning, both the Harris and Trump campaigns are focusing on policy as they rally voters on the West Coast.
Vice President Kamala Harris spoke in Las Vegas. Shortly afterwards, former President Donald Trump slammed Harris over this pledge she made at the event.
I am president. We will continue our fight for working families of America, including to raise the minimum wage and eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
The Trump campaign accused the Democratic candidate of copying a proposal on the Republican platform. But also over the weekend, Republican running mate Senator J.D. Vance advocated for a policy on the Democrats' platform and said he would take it further.
We should expand the child tax credit. If you think about what the child tax credit does.
You and the Biden administration agree on the child care tax credit?
Well, we think it should be bigger.
Back on the Democratic Party side, President Joe Biden says he plans to campaign for Harris.
The Trump campaign, meantime, is reporting a hack to their political operation. Politico reported it had received emails from an anonymous account with documents from inside Trump's campaign. A campaign spokesperson says foreign sources hostile to the United States illegally obtained the documents. They allege that the hacking was done to interfere with the presidential election. It comes after Microsoft reported that Iranian operatives had ramped up efforts to influence the election and hack into an unnamed candidate's campaign. It is unclear, though, if Iran is behind this breach.
Back in Wisconsin, voters will head to the polls tomorrow for the state's partisan primary elections. Ballots across the state, regardless of party, will include 2 constitutional referendums. Both questions look to give the state legislature a check on the governor regarding how money is spent by the state. Democrats have campaigned for a no vote to both referendums, while Republicans have pushed for the yes vote. On For the Record, we heard from both sides of the issue. Secretary of State Sarah Godlewski, a Democrat, pointed out to the legislature's limited action during the COVID-19 pandemic.
And we've seen what happens. I mean, during COVID, a pandemic, they were the least active full-time legislature in the country. They didn't work for over 300 days. They can't effectively make sure we get funds immediately. And so these are the concerns that we're going to have is how could those funds quickly get to the folks that need it when they're constantly in gridlock?
We also heard from Rick Eisenberg from the conservative-leaning Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty. He argues the amendments would help curtail the influence of special interest.
And I think it's because special interests know that when there's one decision maker, it's easier to exert their influence on that one decision maker than when you have to have a broad degree of support. You have to have the legislature and the governor working together.
10 of the last 11 state constitutional referendums have passed. This dates back to the 1996.
Meanwhile, in Dane County, voters will be selecting the next county executive. 4 candidates are running. The winner will replace current interim executive Jamie Kuhn. Kuhn took over after Joe Parisi retired. In our next half hour, we're going to hear from all the candidates as they make their case before tomorrow's partisan primary. And some reminders before you head to the polls tomorrow. They're going to be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And as long as you are in line by 8 o'clock, you will be allowed to vote. Remember to bring a valid ID. And if you have any other questions, where your polling place is, exactly what's on your ballot, just head to myvote.wi.gov. Closing arguments are set to begin today in the retrial of Nia Tao. He is one of 2 men accused in the 2021 triple homicide north of West Salem, Wisconsin.
Our Michelle Renee Quinn is in the studio now with details. Michelle Renee.
Chris Kyrian, good morning. On Friday, prosecutors rested their case against the 37-year-old without calling to the stand the other man accused in the killings who pleaded guilty. Nia Tao was first tried last summer in a case that ended in a deadlock. Tao is one of 2 suspects accused in the execution-style murders of 3 people that took place in 2021 at the Wisconsin quarry. Last summer, he was granted a mistrial, and that was due to the jury being unable to come to a unanimous decision. On day 3 of his trial, going on right now, his friend of 15 years, Michael Luco, testified that Tao admitted involvement in the killings while they were in neighboring cells in the COVID lockdown cell block. Now, prosecutors say this is believed to begin over one of the victims stealing $600 from the suspects.
Michelle Renee, thank you so much for that update. Now, time to go on to other news. Madison Black Restaurant Week officially kicked off. It coincides with Black Business Month. The week is a time to celebrate the contributions of more than 30 local Black business owners to the food scene and also allows the whole community to come together to indulge in the culture. One Central Madison business owner I spoke with is bringing a piece of her home country to Madison. From a young age, Awa Sibi has always had a love for cooking.
I used to make my father's breakfast, and I used to make terrible eggs. And then he will eat it just to encourage me. And then from there on, I just never stopped.
Sibi, an immigrant from West Africa, has called Madison home for more than a decade.
I'm from Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. It's in West Africa. And I moved here in 2013. My family sent me over here for school.
But to feel closer to her home country and West African roots, she launched a small business, Les Délices de Awa.
Food makes a place home. And for me, it is home.
Since 2018, CB has been serving the community authentic West African cuisine. She began cooking for family and friends, then later began operating as a caterer. And even through the pandemic, she offered no-contact delivery services while also offering shelf-ready products available at local grocery stores. Her son has been a driving force in her journey.
I started very small. I knew that I needed to start something. I have a special needs child, and it was difficult for me to maintain an 8-to-5 job, you know. So I figured if I start my own, I could then be able to provide for him.
As of this May, CB has a physical restaurant space.
We do a lot of grilling, so what we focus on here is stews, grilling, and rice. We have different kind of rice dishes that come with different protein.
Looking back on her journey, CB says she is filled with gratitude.
Just the ability to believe in something and know that you have a bigger purpose. Like in whatever you do, it doesn't matter how small you start, you just have to stick to it.
And if you're unable to make it to one of the many restaurants during the week, there will be a food taste jamboree this Sunday at Olin Park. You can read more about Awa CB and her journey over on our website, channel3000.com.
How was the food?
It was actually very good. It was the first experience for myself. So she gave us the whole West African experience here.
How special?
Yes, she walked us through how you're supposed to put in the fish, the sauce with the fresh vegetables, everything authentic over there.
And you claim to be a picky eater.
I am.
And
I am a picky eater.
Given the variety and everything, you
Yes.
enjoyed it. That's wonderful.
Yes. So yeah. So it really captures the taste buds there.
Yeah, it's just something about the experience when you can combine a new culture, learning and the education and openness, just bringing that all in, combining that with food. I mean, food's the international language, right?
Exactly.
What a great experience, a special opportunity there to get to know her.
Yes, and there are a list, I have a list on my web story, so be sure to check out all those businesses participating this week.
Sounds good. Thanks. All right, 6:09, checking in with Savannah now in your first warn forecast. Hey there.
Hey guys, temperatures are still a little bit on the chilly side this morning, but these are actually going to start warming up pretty quickly. We'll talk about our change in overnight lows and afternoon temperatures coming up.
Also ahead, find out how the Madison Mallards did in their first playoff game of the season. It's coming up in your morning sports.
And we're officially hitting the halfway point of our back-to-school drive in partnership with the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. I'm live with how you can still make a big difference in the 608.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning, brought to you by Toyota.
At Toyota's national sales event, we've got a long lineup of vehicles for summer fun, like Camry, RAV4, Highlander, BZ4X, Tundra, Corolla Hybrid, Tacoma, Sienna, Corolla Hatchback, Sequoia, Prius Prime, RAV4 Hybrid, Land Cruiser, GR Supra, Toyota Crown, Ford.
Right now, you can lease a sporty new 2024 Corolla for $219 a month, or lease a new 2025 Camry for $349 a month.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Get an 11% rebate on your entire project at Menards. Vented aluminum soffit helps keep your attic cool and adds the perfect accent to your home's exterior. Pre-finished panels are stocked in white, brown, and black, ready to take home today. Complete your project with new gutters. They're essential for protecting your foundation and help keep your basement dry. Stocked in 3 colors for only $10.99 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. East Park Medical Center, coming soon. UW Health, remarkable.
I became a nurse to make lives better. Today, that's hard to do because of the open border. I've seen firsthand the damage that Kamala Harris caused as our country's borders are. Hospitals everywhere are overwhelmed, and American patients are paying the price. My patients are covering the healthcare costs for people here illegally while their own care is jeopardized. Kamala Harris is weak and dangerous.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
My name is Jack Frank. I'm a retired paper mill worker in the valley here, and I work for Copeland Bus part-time on the side. I've had my own route now here for the last 3-4 years, and the kids on it are great. Flexible hours, they work with you in many different ways. If you've got something going, they accommodate you, or they try to get somebody to run your road. Copeland treats you decent. You know, all the years I worked here. It's a great place to work.
News 3 Now, in partnership with the Boys and Girls Club, is collecting school supplies for area students, and we need your help. Drop off school supplies at any of our Dane County locations from now until August 16th, or make a monetary donation at channel3000.com. Thank you for helping hundreds of youth by making a generous donation to the News 3 Now Back to School Supply Drive. Sponsored by Metcalf's Market, Lamer's Bus Line, and Midwest Financial Group. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
In the 608 this morning, it is the last week for the News 3 Now Back to School Supply Drive.
That's right. Josh Sprider is live this morning with how you can still help. Josh, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, I'm live in our front lobby right now. This is just some of the stuff that we've had donated from you folks at home so far. A little bit of a slow start, so we're hoping that the second week is really going to be a strong push. And just to give you an idea of kind of what we're looking at here this morning, you know, some of those essentials, right? Like we've been talking about exactly what's needed. You have the notebooks, we have some rulers, we have pencils, we have 3-ring binders with some of that loose leaf paper in it. Then we also have like the scissors, the glue sticks, we have markers. Some of the other essentials here, you know, we've been talking about the disinfectant wipes. I believe there's a Kleenex box in here as well. A couple of new backpacks too. All of those essentials, some pretty easy items that when you really think about it are not that unreasonable here to be able to donate, and this is a big way for you to be able to help out, even if it's just 1, 2, 3 of those items. So here's a look at how you can help us out right now. We have a list of everything you need to know. Of course, we're looking for those essential school supplies. So if you're getting physical items is your thing, do just that. You can drop off those unused school supplies at our News 3 Now studios. That's 7025 Raymond Road, or any Boys and Girls Club location. We also have some other easy ways to help. You can make a monetary donation online via the Boys and Girls Club. They can stretch your dollar even further by buying in bulk. That is a link online as well. We also have an Amazon wish list. This has become a pretty big hit over the years, where you can choose most of the items that are needed right on that list, and it's going to go directly to them. So there are multiple ways for you to help out. We have all of this up on channel3000.com. Again, our drive goes until this Friday. We're going to be back out at Hilldale stuffing the bus once again right along University Ave. So if you want to be able to come out and see us later this week, maybe build up some of these items, that'll be a great way for you to be able to give back as well. And then we'll be distributing those items later on this month, just in time for the new school year here, guys. So this is just some of the items, again, right here in our front lobby that folks have dropped off. We do have some other, supplies at some of the other locations, but a little bit of a slow start this year. I think people are not really wanting to get into that school spirit quite yet. So we're hoping that this last week is going to be a big push, guys.
Yeah, Josh, you said it. Like, we're doing this a little bit earlier than we normally do, but we still have 5 days to go here. I mean, so every day this week. If you've been waiting, if you've been procrastinating out there, don't wait any longer. Get those in, and we can help out those kiddos the best way, Pat. We don't want to let these kiddos down. I mean, there's a lot of families out there, need the help. It's up to us to do our best.
All right. Well, Josh Spider, thank you so much. We'll check in with you in just a little bit.
I think looking at it too, it's just some of those small things that make a big difference too. It doesn't take a lot. Like, even if you can only donate one item, that's going to make a big difference.
It sure will. Absolutely. All right, Josh, appreciate it. Josh is always looking for inspiration to share in the 608. If you have an idea for TV, let him know about it.
Now checking in with meteorologist Savannah Brito, who's here now with your first warn weather. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Temperatures are for the most part in the 50s, but across Dane County at least, we do have a couple of 60s out there. 63 in Belleville. We're sitting a little bit cooler than that. 57 in Madison, 56 in Deerfield, but temperatures are similar across southern Wisconsin. Most of us somewhere in the 50s, but we do have a couple of 60s. 60 in Monroe, 60 in Sheboygan. Black River Falls, one of the cooler temperatures this morning, only at 49. Dew points are slowly going to climb. I don't necessarily going to think it's going to be very sticky outside this afternoon, but as we work closer to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that time frame and your better chances for showers returning, that's when humidity levels are going to come up even more. Today, maybe the lower to mid 60s at most, but dew points could track even close to the 70-degree mark Thursday. That's our next best chance at storms, maybe even a couple of stronger ones. We'll talk about why, but first, can't rule out a couple of isolated showers this afternoon, and then also Tuesday afternoon. Spotty at best. Monday, the chances are better just to our west. Winds are not going to be that big of a factor. Temperatures warming close to 80. It's not impossible that a spot does hit 80, but for the most part, I think we'll hang out in the upper 70s. Then temperatures fall as clouds clear out overnight. We fall into the 50s for the most part, maybe a few areas in the lower 50s, and then the better chance for a couple of sprinkles tomorrow northeast, but across southern Wisconsin, a few areas could see some. I think most stay dry. That'll be a different story, though, heading into Thursday. This is what I was talking about. That low pressure system is going to be sitting in southwestern Minnesota. That tracks closer to our area and then actually becomes a cutoff low, and some stronger storms are possible, kind of with that focal point being across that or around that cutoff low as we head into Thursday. So the afternoon and evening we'll have to watch. Right now, we're not going with alert day conditions, but just something to be aware of as we head into that time frame. Could last into Friday, and even a couple of isolated or spotty showers into the weekend. Right now, it looks to be a little cooler than what we'll see tomorrow and Wednesday. Upper 70s still, though. At least that's close to what's seasonal.
After winning a franchise record 50 games, it is off to the postseason last night for the Madison Mallards.
They hosted the Woodchucks of Wausau at the Duck Pond for Game 1 of the best-of-3 series. Scoreless in the third inning, 2 ducks on the pond for the Woodchucks, and Jake Birkland goes all the way. The 3-run shot was a killer for the Mallards and accounted for half of the offense in the entire game. And then later in the fourth, the Lards would sacrifice an out for a run, but it's the only one they would get in the game. The Mallards lose Game 1, 5-1. They'll need to win their next 2 on the road to stay alive. Brewers trying to win their 6th straight game in search of the sweep over Cincy. Milwaukee mounted an early lead. Joey Ortiz launching a 2-run homer in the second inning. 2-0 is the lead for the Brewers, but Cincy would steal this one late, taking the streak away from the Brewers with a 4-3 win. The 2024 Paris Olympics have officially come to a close. It was a historic year for Team USA, claiming 126. That is your morning sports fix. Have a marvelous Monday.
And still ahead, how the 2028 Summer Games are going green.
And coming up in our next half hour, hear from all 4 candidates for Dane County Executive a day before the primary.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Get select large thin crust pizzas for $8.99. Papa Murphy's. We make great pizza so you can make the pizza great.
Such a great deal.
$8.99. That is a great deal.
I need help for my mom. She has dementia. I want a Grace so mom can get care at home. You know what people say about them? I can't imagine better support through such a painful time. A Grace. Authentic care and connection. Visit agrace.org to learn more.
My husband and I finally agreed that we need a new bathtub and shower. So he went right to work on handling the project. That's him going online researching bathtub and shower installers. And there he is, calling a few places to get an estimate. I think he's procrastinating.
Call 1-800-HANSONS for a new shower or bathtub you'll love. Installed in as little as 1 day.
It's okay. I called 1-800-HANSONS.
We custom fit your new bathtub or shower into your existing space for a fast, convenient, and hassle-free installation with any safety features your family needs. Safety bars, seats, and more with a no-leak guarantee.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna call 1-800-HANSONS.
That's great, hon.
Get 50% off installation or no interest and no payments for 1 year. Offer ends soon.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
Looking to buy or sell? Call Tommy Van Ness Realty, First Weber's #1 team, dedicated to making your real estate dreams a reality.
At Tommy Van Ness Realty, we understand that buying or selling a home is more than just a transaction. It's about finding the perfect match for your lifestyle.
Trust Tommy Van Ness Realty for all of your real estate needs.
Why settle for less? Call Tommy Van Ness.
Another morning to savor the crunchy nooks and cranny splendor of a Thomas's English muffin.
Tom, which is a nook and which is a cranny?
That's a nook, cranny, 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 nook, cranny. I mean, they should be teaching you this in school. Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
Get a great deal and do a great deal of good when you shop at Habitat Restore. From furniture and decor to appliances and building materials, we've got everything you need for your next project. Shop our convenient East and West locations today.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC turn your design dreams into reality. With customized solutions and quality products, our passion and expertise will help turn your room into a dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Well, another Olympic Games is in the books, and now the focus is on 2028, when the Games will come to Los Angeles to host once again. That was made clear during the closing ceremony last night. Last night, Tom Cruise took the flag from Simone Biles. They had a big thing about this. But LA is going to host it in 4 years. So they have a no cars Olympics. They're going to ban, they're planning rather, public transportation to be the only way to get to Olympic venues, and the city's going to have to borrow some public buses from other cities to make that happen. Well, that's interesting, huh?
Yes. Hopefully it'll save down. They have a lot of smog out there, if you're familiar with that, so
yeah,
it could help.
Hopefully it helps traffic a little bit at least. We'll have an update, look at the forecast, which day we could see some storms move in. That's coming up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
Kamala Harris has taken on gang members to get justice for victims, taken on big banks to pay back people they ripped off, taken on drug companies to cap insulin at $35. Now she's running to take on greedy corporations who jack up prices to lower everyday costs for working families. They're spending millions on ads attacking her because she'd be a president who fights for you. FFPAC's responsible for the content of this ad.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Champion's Big Window Sale is back.
Do you have ugly, hard-to-open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy two, you get two free. Buy two Champion windows, get two free? I guess that means if you buy four, you get four free. Buy six, get six free. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy Two, Get Two free sale is for a limited time.
Great job, everybody. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Everyone has their own idea of what fitness means to them. Here's what it means to us. We believe fitness can be more than exercise, that it can build a better tomorrow. It can change how you feel. It can build more than muscle. It can build community. And no matter what your reason, the common goal is simple. It's for a better tomorrow. Join us for a better tomorrow.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
This morning, whether Janesville police have anyone in custody after SWAT responded to a home last night.
Plus, why Dane County executive candidates are running for the position in their own words.
Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Hope your morning is off to a great start after a beautiful weekend.
Oh, it doesn't get much better than that, does it?
No, it does not.
I mean, everything with Ride the Drive and then at Farmers Market and all the stuff going on over the weekend, it was just gorgeous out there. Not going to last forever, though.
No, it's not, but we're still going to get some of those nicer temperatures. It's going to be a little bit warmer than what we had last week.
Savannah Brito's out in the patio this morning with a look at how things will be changing up. Hey there.
Hey guys, yeah, temperatures are going to change. That will include the nighttime temperatures and the afternoon temperatures the next couple of days as well. I think we're still going to be cool tonight heading into tomorrow, but then warmer temperatures arrive Tuesday and Wednesday. Will be seasonal or near normal the next several days as far as afternoon temperatures go. The better chances for rain are going to hold off until that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday time frame, maybe even a couple stronger storms Thursday, but a few isolated showers cannot be ruled out today. And tomorrow, the better chances today at least are going to be just directly west and also southwest. That's where warmer temperatures are, and humidity levels are going to kind of increase over those areas at least this morning and the afternoon too. 57 in Madison, but like I mentioned, just south and also southwest, a little bit warmer. Northwest of Madison, temperatures are a little bit cooler, 48 only this morning in Black River Falls. We'll talk about how low temperatures will be tonight into tomorrow, and also time out your rain chances as we head for the next couple of days coming up.
Savannah, thank you. Now to an update on an investigation in Janesville. It led to Janesville police asking the public to avoid a specific area yesterday.
Our Michelle Renee Quinn has been looking into this and has more this morning. What can you tell us, Michelle Renee?
Chris, Kyrion, at about 3:30 Sunday, the Milwaukee Police Department asked Janesville PD to help locate a suspect about 3 blocks west from Hawthorne Park. You can see exactly where that took place on Randall Avenue here on the map. Now, they were in pursuit of a suspect with a warrant out for arrest. That suspect was wanted for strangulation and suffocation domestic abuse. When JPD arrived, they made contact with the suspect over the phone. The suspect refused to exit and was believed to be armed with a gun. Janesville SWAT negotiated over the phone and were able to get the suspect to exit the residence and taken into custody. The 37-year-old Janesville man is on probation and will be held at the Rock County Jail.
Michelle Renee, thank you. Now on to other news happening today. Lawyers will present their closing arguments in the retrial of Nia Tao. He's one of 2 men accused of killing 3 people in 2021 just north of West Salem. Last Friday, the prosecution rested its case against the 37-year-old. They didn't call Tao's co-defendant to the stand, who pleaded guilty. Prosecutors first tried Tao last summer, but the case ended in a deadlock. Jurors will be back in the courtroom this morning at 8:15.
To some international news now from overnight.
The Pentagon is taking concrete steps to prepare for a potential large-scale Iranian attack on Israel. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin ordered a guided missile sub and expedited the delivery of a carrier strike group to the Middle East. The Pentagon announcing to the public in a statement last night. It comes as Hamas's new leader says he wants a ceasefire deal days after one of the deadliest airstrikes on Gaza since the war began. And all of this a week ahead of the Democratic National Convention, where lawmakers could see backlash for their policy on Israel. The DNC will take place at the United Center in Chicago starting next Monday. After a months-long battle in the courts, a group looking to send a message to Democrats will be able to march. The group says it's protesting because bombs continue to fall on Gaza. They're demanding an embargo on all U.S. weapons to Israel.
Happening tomorrow, voters here in the state will take part in the partisan primaries. You'll have to choose between voting Republican or Democrat, but there's one race that is not the case. It's that big special election here in Dane County for county executive. The candidates are Melissa Agard, Dana Pelabon, Wes Sparkman, and Regina Vitiver. On this week's For the Record, we heard from all 4 of the candidates on why they want the job. We start with Agard, who's been on the county board and is currently the Democratic leader in the state Senate.
And I know that Dane County and the state of Wisconsin will be served by having someone who understands the importance of both of those governments and how important it is that we collaborate and lift one each other up.
Then we have Dana Pelabon, who is on the Dane County Board and serves as the director of the county's Sexual Violence Resource Center.
And I felt that my experience, especially after the experience I've had on the county board, really lended to furthering the work that we have already started.
Next, Wes Sparkman. He's the director of the county's Office for Equity and Inclusion and has worked for the county in some capacity for more than 20 years.
After getting a chance to volunteer with the city of Madison and do more with local government, I did accept a position working with Dane County in the Department of Human Services when I first started. And for the point of, the goal of really working directly with people.
Finally, we have Regina Vitiver, Madison's District 5 Alder, who oversees statewide chronic disease and cancer prevention for the DHS.
And it's because I've spent my career in management and executive spaces, and so this is a role that's appropriate for me to play, given my experience and the work that I've done in my life.
You can hear a lot more from each candidate. Just head to channel3000.com and watch this week's For the Record.
All Wisconsinites will see 2 questions on their ballots. They are Republican-backed constitutional amendments. Question 1 relates to the delegation of appropriation of power. A yes vote supports amending the state's constitution to bar the legislature from delegating its power to appropriate money. A no vote opposes that. Question 2 relates to the allocation of federal money. A yes vote supports amending the state constitution to require legislative approval by a joint resolution before the governor can spend federal money given to the state. A no vote opposes that and allows the governor to accept and allocate those funds without the legislature's approval. Combined, the amendments would take away the governor's power to unilaterally spend federal money. The proposals stem from the billions of dollars Wisconsin received during the pandemic. Governor Tony Evers spent much of those funds on small businesses and economic development. The GOP argues the legislature, which they currently control, should have had oversight. Democrats say the bill would dilute the governor's power to respond quickly to emergencies. All day tomorrow, we'll be bringing you coverage of the election, starting right here on News 3 Now this morning. And as results come in, you can receive updates directly to your phone with the free Channel 3000 mobile app.
Meanwhile, the Fitchburg Common Council wants to hear from you about questions appearing on the November ballot. Tomorrow, the City Council is hosting public comments on referendums to increase property taxes in order to fund the city's services. The city is looking to increase staffing, invest in a new public safety building, and increase funding for transit services. If you want to attend in person, you can show up at City Hall on Lacey Road at 7:30 tomorrow night. If you can't make it, the city does provide some virtual options. You can also submit concerns by phone or email.
If you stayed up late enough last night, you might have gotten the chance to see the northern lights and a meteor shower.
But if you didn't, we're taking a look at some stunning viewer photos. Take a look at these. Holy cow. Look at that explosion of vibrant colors in the sky. I mean, this is from Terry Mandel up in Montello. 3 just stunning images here.
Just really capturing the eye there. I mean, this is as good as it gets. And we also have other photos. These are the northern lights from Lisa Blank up in Marshall. We're going to show more pictures from viewers, and you can find those over on our website, but we want to thank you for sending these in.
I mean, normally we get like just a little taste of the northern lights every once in a while. I mean, this was I'm kicking myself. I should have, extended the bedtime a little bit last night and I stayed up and watched, but we don't usually see them this vivid and bright. It looks like an excellent opportunity last night.
Yes, and some great images once again. Keep sending in those photos, though. We love to see them. Hey.
Coming up after the break, as you get ready to send your kids back to school, the little things you can do that make a big difference for their health.
And warmer temperatures set to return, a difference from what we just had the last couple of days. We'll talk about a temperature trend coming up.
And we're live at the 6:08 this morning for our News 3 Now Back to School Drive. We have 1 week to go for you to make a difference here in our community. And after the break, I'm going to show you just what is needed right now and how you can help.
Melissa Ratcliffe, a working mom, is the only woman running for state senate in District 16. Republicans in the state senate are attacking abortion access. Melissa Ratcliffe will always defend reproductive freedom. Melissa Ratcliffe, a proven fighter for our rights.
Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. All with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day price protection and money-back guarantees. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm going to get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO. I'm running to fight for an America
where the economy works for working people, where you only have to work one job to pay the bills, and where hard work is rewarded, where reproductive rights are not just protected by the Constitution of the United States, but guaranteed in every state, because that's our America. And that's the America I believe in.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
Discover more ways to save on appliances at our Brothers Main bargain rooms. Get discounts on top brand closeouts, returns, and scratch and dents. Minor dings, major savings. Plus, you can take your purchase home today. Feel like family. Brothers Main.
Melissa Radcliffe works across the aisle to make positive things happen, expanding broadband, making housing more affordable. Melissa Radcliffe knows that Wisconsinites need progress, not partisan bickering. Melissa Radcliffe, common sense leadership, proven results.
Moving forward in your community, lending helping hands, spotlighting the people, telling the stories, warning you first. Your local news source for nearly 70 years. News 3 Now, moving forward. You're watching News 3 Now this morning, moving forward.
6:42 on your Monday morning. We're back. The school year is almost here, and there's lots to do to get your kids ready to return to the classroom. From clothes to supplies to food, the list can seem endless. Then add the challenge of getting everyone back on a school night schedule.
There's an opportunity, though. As Consumer Reports explains, back to school is a great time to introduce healthier choices that benefit the whole family. Our Michelle Renee Quinn has more.
After a long, leisurely summer, help your kids perform their best throughout the school year with this late summer checklist from Consumer Reports. Start a new school night sleep schedule about 2 weeks before the first day. Begin setting alarms back about 15 minutes earlier each night until you reach what will be the new normal very soon. And while we're talking alarms, if it's on a phone or tablet, set it, then forget it, says CR Health reporter Catherine Roberts.
Personal devices should be turned off well before bedtime. Smartphones, tablets, and laptops can emit blue light, which can disturb kids' sleep patterns.
Creating a dark sleeping environment can also help. CR's editors recently looked at blackout curtains. Gracie Oak's Olivia's signature velvet blackout curtains earned a perfect score for blocking out light and heat. If your kids are anxious about starting school in a new building, plan a visit before the first day. They can see how to get to their new classroom and find the bathrooms.
They'll have a new routine at school, so remind them to wash with soap and water for at least 20 seconds at key times, like after bathroom breaks, before lunch, or after playing outside.
Kids entering elementary school may need shots against polio, chickenpox, and other diseases, while those entering middle school or high school might need the meningococcal vaccine, which prevents meningitis, and the HPV vaccine, which prevents certain cancers. Everyone eligible should also get a flu shot by the end of October. It's important to boost your child's health by sending them to school with healthy lunches. Think whole grains, proteins, fruits, and veggies. CR also looked at granola bars and found 2 lower sugar options, Made Good and Cascadian Farms. And staying hydrated by drinking plenty of water at school helps kids stay alert and focused and may even improve cognitive functioning. So don't forget to pack a reusable water bottle. CR's editors recommend the Yeti Rambler Junior Kids Water Bottle and the Hydro Flask Kids Wide Mouth, keeping kids healthy inside and out all year long. This is Michelle Renee Quinn.
Another back-to-school tip. Remember, there are hundreds of student discounts on things like technology, even going to the movies, or vacation packages.
Your child just has to show their student ID or use their school email.
Well, speaking of back to school, in the 608 this morning, we are Rolling along with our big back-to-school supply drive.
That's right, and Josh Breider is live this morning with an update and with how you can help. Josh.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we are 1 week in, 1 week to go here for our school supply drive. We're live in our front lobby here at News 3 Now with just some of the items that have been donated so far. And just to give you an idea just how easy some of these things are, you can be as simple as donating some rulers. We have pencils, some markers. These things are pretty cheap when it comes down to it, and if you can add just one item to our pile, that's going to be making a big difference. Let's kind of file through some of this other stuff here. We've got notebooks. A bunch of notebooks. And speaking of notebooks, we had a couple of generous people that actually went and got us like full boxes full of notebooks. But not only that, we also have backpacks that are full of stuff. So some people actually went ahead, got the backpack, jammed everything in here as well. But also we have things like disinfectant wipes. We have 3-ring binders. We have loose leaf paper. You name it, we have it as far as those donations goes. And those are really going to help us here as we keep moving forward here, making a difference in our community. So here's how you can help right now. We have a list of everything that we need, and of course those essential school supply items right now. So if you want to donate those physical items and that's your thing, do just that. Just like what you saw right here. We love to see that. We can file through all of that and put these bags together for kids. But we also have some other options available. You can donate those items here at News 3 Now. Our studios at 725 Raymond Road or any Boys and Girls Club location. And you can also make a monetary donation online via the Boys and Girls Club. They can stretch your dollar even further by buying in bulk. So if that's your thing, go ahead and do just that. That would be wonderful. There's also the Amazon wish list where you can choose items on the most needed list. Now this helps us really make sure that we have enough of all of the items and we're making it super easy for you, and those will go right to the Boys and Girls Club. So that is another easy way. So 3 easy ways you can donate, make those monetary donations, or check out the Amazon wish list. That's the way that you can help right now. All of this is up on channel3000.com. We're pushing all the way ahead to this Friday. That's going to be our final day. We're going to be back out live at Metcalf's at Hilldale with our bus once again from Lamers. They're helping us out again as one of our proud sponsors. So you can bring out those items and say hello on Friday. So we have just 5 days left here, fam. So we're hoping that, you know, this is going to be a really strong week because we had kind of a slow start. I think a lot of folks are trying to put off those school wishes. I know the school year's right around the corner, so we got to start thinking fall here. But if you can really step it up and make a difference this week, we'd appreciate it here in the 608, guys.
Yes, there's plenty of time to still help out. Like we said earlier, even one item or just a couple items makes a big difference.
Let's finish strong.
Yes.
Let's make it the best year yet. We usually grow every single year since we started this a few years ago. Would love to keep that momentum going and help out some more kids. Right, Josh?
Oh my gosh, you know, if you can just make us a big difference and just buy a couple of those items, but honestly, the monetary donation, that's probably the easiest thing that you can do, and sometimes we can make that go even further. So think about that, or the Amazon wish list. That's why I love that we have so many options available for folks at home.
No excuse. Josh, thanks.
Let's check in now with Savannah Brito, who's standing by now with our first Warn weather. How's our week starting out?
Guys, we are going to see warmer conditions compared to the last couple of days, the next few days. So this afternoon, temperatures climb 78 to 79 degrees. Not completely impossible that an area makes it up to 80. I think that's more likely Tuesday. And then Wednesday, as warmer temperatures are going to move in, the ridge is building out west. That'll expand at least a little bit, bringing us to what's more closer to normal at least. 57 in Madison, 54 in Deerfield, 55 in Wanakee this morning. Still a couple of 60s out there, mainly south and also southwest, but temperatures and dew points are eventually going to start to rise. So they're lower right now, only at 53 in Madison, 52 in Mineral Point, 49 in Camp Douglas. These will get close to that 60-degree mark soon here over the next couple of hours, and then even rise potentially to 61, 62, 63 degrees. So lower 60s. I think we'll see dew points even rise further than that, though, as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's where our better chances for showers are going to return. An isolated shower shower cannot be ruled out this afternoon. Better chance west, where higher dew points will also be found this afternoon. Temperatures are going to warm mid to upper 70s today, but like I said, an 80 can't be ruled out, and then temperatures fall overnight as clouds continue to clear out, most of us falling to the 50s. So it will be another cooler night, at least cooler than what's normal, before we start to see some warmer temperatures during the overnight hours as well. Tomorrow into the evening could see a couple more spotty showers, but again, the best chance that holds off until Wednesday and into Thursday. A low pressure system is going to move in across southwestern Minnesota and then track closer to southern Wisconsin. Not calling for alert day conditions on Thursday, but we could see some stronger storms as that low pressure moves northeast and actually cuts off a little bit. Those stronger storms will be found near that, so we'll have to watch that for Thursday afternoon and evening. During that time frame, temperatures warm up. We'll be in the 80s tomorrow and Wednesday, then back to the upper 70s, but only a couple degrees below average heading into this upcoming weekend.
All right, Savannah, thank you. Coming up in the sprint, why an Olympian has to give her medal back.
But first, if you have a little one turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture on TV. Thanks for watching News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
A1 Furniture and Mattress is closing their giant showroom, and that means the best prices ever. Everything must go. Over $1 million in inventory must be sold. Name brands at huge discounts for every room. Store closing sale on now at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
This is America's border czar, and she's failed us. Under Harris, over 10 million illegally here. 250,000 Americans dead from fentanyl. Brutal migrant crimes. And ISIS now here.
Do you have any plans to visit the border? You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making.
Kamala Harris, failed, weak, dangerously liberal.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider. So switch to Spectrum and get a powerful network that connects nearly 500 million devices.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with free modem, no data caps, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee when you level up to a gig. Call 1-855-735-1336 or scan to call.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming with the most reliable internet speeds. Get a powerful network that millions of customers rely on. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with 99.9% network reliability, no added taxes or hidden fees, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-735-1336.
Call now.
Hi, I'm Peter Gottlieb with the League of Women Voters of Dane County. In the August 13th primary election, voters will pick their preferred Democratic or Republican candidates for the United States Congress and the Wisconsin State Legislature. The winners will be on the ballot in the November 5th general election, which will include votes for president and state and federal offices. Learn more at vote411.org.
3 things to know, part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact.
A1 Furniture and Mattress is closing their giant showroom, and that means the best prices ever. Everything must go. Over $1 million in inventory must be sold. Name brands at huge discounts for every room. Store closing sale on now at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
Your local funeral home since 1869. We are Cress.
Time now is 6:54. It's time for the morning sprint.
New this morning, a man is in jail after police arrested him last night. Happened around 6:30 yesterday. Officers responded to an apartment on North Blount. They say a man was throwing himself against a door trying to get in. He was gone, though, when officers got there. He was back in an hour when police arrested him. They say within that hour, He stole and crashed a car. This morning, he's facing multiple charges.
A Janesville man is in custody after a standoff. Janesville police were called to a home on North Randall Avenue near the Rock County Fairgrounds at 3:30 yesterday. Police had an arrest warrant for the man on multiple felony charges. Officers talked to the man over the phone. When he did not come out, police called the SWAT team. The man eventually did leave the residence, and law enforcement took him into custody.
Closing arguments begin today in the retrial of Nia Tao. He's one of 2 men accused in a triple homicide north of West Salem 3 years ago. Friday, prosecutors rested their case without calling to the stand the other man accused in the killings, who pleaded guilty. Tao was first tried last summer. The case ended in a deadlock.
Tomorrow, Wisconsinites will vote in the partisan primaries. That means you'll have to either vote for all Democrats or all Republicans. If you're in Dane County, though, there's one race that's nonpartisan. That's for county executive. All voters will also have 2 questions on their ballots. Yes votes for those who would amend the Constitution to give the governor less power over the use of federal funds.
The International Olympic Committee says U.S. gymnast Jordan Childs has to give her bronze medal back. Childs won bronze for her floor routine last week after her coach appealed to the judges to bump up her original score. Romania appealed that decision, and Childs was bumped down to 5th. The U.S. now says it will appeal the most recent ruling in hopes of getting Childs to keep her medal.
Temperatures are back to a little bit of a warmer trend, especially Tuesday and Wednesday. Our next better chance of showers and maybe even an isolated thunderstorm cannot be ruled out today and tomorrow, but the better overall chance for southern Wisconsin. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday heading into the weekend. We'll have to watch Thursday, not calling for alert day right now, but some stronger storms cannot be ruled out. A cutoff low is going to move closer to the area, so that focal point being for stronger storms around that on Thursday afternoon and evening.
Thursday afternoon and evening.
All right, so a bit of an active week.
Yes, not as nice as last week.
Couldn't last forever.
Yes, I know.
I mean, it could be worse, though.
Yes.
It really could.
Always be worse.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll have another news and weather update in 30 minutes.